Martin O'Neill has sent a rallying cry to Celtic supporters ahead of the most important week of the season, and we've got a huge update on a summer transfer target that Celtic scouts have been watching closely. We've also got a brilliant academy story, a ticket allocation row involving the Celtic support, and a heartwarming piece on a young winger learning from one of the club's all-time greats. Let's get into it. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Sebastian Tonecti has spoken openly about the Celtic teammate he studies most closely as he looks to find the consistency he knows he is capable of delivering. The 23-year-old arrived from Hammarby in September during a frantic end to the summer transfer window and has had a mixed debut season in Glasgow. 5 goals and 3 assists in 41 appearances sounds reasonable on paper, but too many of those contributions have come in short bursts rather than as part of a sustained run of form. When he has been good, he has looked like a real handful. The problem is, those moments have not come often enough from the start. He was replaced by the legendary James Forrest in the recent game at Easter Road after struggling to impose himself, which once again raised questions about whether he is doing enough when given the responsibility of starting. Forrest, who recently signed a 1-year contract extension, remains the gold standard for Celtic-wide players, and Tonecti has been paying close attention. Tonecti told the Celtic Way, "First of all, he's a great person, he's so humble, he has won so many trophies here, and he's a big legend. As a winger, you want to study other wingers also. 100% I study him and all of the other guys who are playing in the winger position." That humility is a good sign. Forrest's influence around the training ground has always extended beyond his own performances, and younger attacking players at the club regularly point to his professionalism and decision-making as a reference point. The problem for Tonecti is that studying Forrest is only valuable if the lessons show up on the pitch. There is still time to change the narrative, but with the title race in its final stages and the Scottish Cup still alive, performances from the start need to improve quickly. Now for the main story, as a massive La Liga side have been identified as one of the clubs monitoring one of Celtic's most exciting young academy talents, and the interest is very serious indeed. 15-year-old Zion Pullan has been one of the standout performers across Celtic's youth setup this season, featuring for both the under-15s and under-17s despite his age. The numbers he has put up are genuinely remarkable. He has scored 58 goals and added 35 assists across the campaign, the kind of output that simply does not go unnoticed by clubs across Europe. Pullan made his Scotland under-15 debut in November, and his form since then has only accelerated the attention coming his way. He has also received a call-up to Spain's under-15 setup, which adds another layer to his international options and underlines just how highly regarded he already is. According to Spanish outlet Estadio Deportivo, Pullan's rapid development at Celtic has seen European clubs begin monitoring his situation closely, with athletic club Bilbao among those showing serious interest. The La Liga side operate under a strict Basque recruitment policy, only signing players with a connection to the Basque region. Pullan was born in Tudela, Spain, which makes him eligible and puts him firmly in their sights. Bilbao are known to move decisively when they identify a player who qualifies, and a teenager already producing at this level would very much fit their profile. For Celtic, this is the reality of developing elite young talent. The challenge now is to make sure there is a clear, compelling pathway at the club worth staying for. Losing a player of Pullan's potential before he even gets near the first team would be a real blow. There are more pressing matters between now and the end of the season, but his situation will need to be addressed properly and soon. In other news, there is a fresh and encouraging update on Celtic's pursuit of Motherwell midfielder Elijah Just, with the Scottish Sun reporting that a Celtic scout was in attendance at Motherwell's recent clash with Falkirk as the club continued to weigh up whether to push forward with a formal bid. Just has been one of Motherwell's standout performers all season, and his nomination for the PFA Scotland Player of the Year award is the clearest possible indication of the level he has been operating at. He drives the ball forward quickly, plays with a real attacking intent, and suits the kind of aggressive football Celtic supporters have been demanding to see restored. His agent Gustav Grauers confirmed last month that interest in the 26-year-old had already materialised, and the noise around a potential move has continued to grow since. Contractually, Just has just 12 months remaining on his current deal, though Motherwell do hold an option to extend it. That protection means a move will not come cheap, but the longer Celtic wait, the more complicated it could become, particularly if just has a strong showing at this summer's World Cup with New Zealand. There is also an interesting secondary layer to this story. Motherwell manager Jens Berthel Asko continues to be linked with the Celtic job himself, as the club edge closer to appointing a permanent manager for next season. That connection between manager and player will keep adding fuel to the speculation until something concrete happens on either front. For now, though, the scouts are watching, and that alone tells you this is being taken seriously. In other news, a new ticket allocation row has emerged involving the Celtic support, this time centred around newly promoted St Johnstone and their plans for the upcoming Premiership season. St Johnstone, who secured promotion back to the top flight at the first time of asking, have announced that Celtic and Rangers would be given 3 stands at McDiarmid Park for their visits next season. It is clearly a commercial decision, and for a club coming back up, the revenue from those fixtures is significant. But their chief executive, Fran Smith, has since revealed there is a condition attached that could lead to a change of plan. Speaking to Sunsport, Smith said, "We are never going to get everything right, but make decisions in what we think are in the best interests of the club as a business. There's anger out there with fans and supporters, but I want to let people understand the decision-making process. We wanted to be open and honest from the beginning, to say we would consider 3 stands for Category A, Rangers and Celtic games. The reason being is we tried it the other way 2 seasons ago and had empty stands. We then tried it the other way for the Celtic game and we won, and we took $200,000 from that. There is a way you can make the club pivot on this, make us not do that, and that's by having more season tickets than seats available in the main stand. If that happens, we'd have to rethink our strategy around that." Lastly, Martin O'Neill has delivered a defining rallying call to Celtic supporters ahead of what could be the most important week in the title race, as the Hoops prepare for 3 league games in just 6 days that will go a long way to deciding where the Premiership trophy ends up. With Rangers now effectively out of the running, it has become a straight 2-horse race between Celtic and Hearts. The Hoops have been doing their bit recently, winning games and keeping themselves in the hunt, but Hearts remain in the driving seat. There is no margin for error now, and O'Neill knows it. This Sunday's Glasgow derby at Celtic Park kicks off at 12 p.m. and is live on Sky Sports. O'Neill spoke ahead of the fixture on Celtic TV, and his words carried the calm authority of a manager who has been in these moments before. He said, "Big game, really big game at the weekend, and we have to win." They are now 7 points behind Hearts, and from that viewpoint, certainly from a Hearts or Rangers viewpoint, it looks a long way off then. You are looking for a lot of favours from people, and as you say, there will be some drama to unfold at some stage of the run. That's all the latest Celtic news for today. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below with your thoughts. I'll see you in the next one. Hail, hail.